very high-strung, wiry. He has this look in his eye, like he's either going to kill you or kiss you.
Yummy.
Dr. John Ferrara.
So, I like to think there are three kinds of relationships. Slow down, we'll get to that. There's friendships, there's family, and the romance. I think we'll go in that order. Save the best for last. I like to think my friends and I are pretty tight. You know, last week we went up to Mount Doom, and we destroyed the One Ring and defeated evil wizard Sauron together. Great fun, let me tell you. Lots of ring wraiths. And I usually get along well with my friends. But sometimes I have issues with them, because some of them are ask-holes. You heard me right, ask-hole. An ask-hole is someone who asks you for advice and then doesn't listen. And this annoys me a lot. Because my friends think that I'm infinitely knowledgeable and wise. So they ask me for advice a lot. And they come back to me, having not listened to me in my infinite knowledge and wisdom, and the situation's gotten worse. The one time that sticks out to me most is my friend was looking very stressed. And because I'm the best friend ever, I went up to him and I said, "Hey, what's wrong?" "John, I'm really stressed about my SAT results. You know, I really crammed and I did a lot of practice questions, but I'm just really scared." I said to them, "Calm down, I'm sure you'll be fine. You did a bunch of dry runs, just think positively and talk to your guidance counselor." They say, "Okay," and they go off, and they come back to me the next day and they say, "John, I don't think what you told me was the best idea. Really. But, well, I went, and they said I never took the test." So they were going through the files looking for my grade, and I was talking to them about the conversation that we had yesterday, and they looked really concerned after I did, and they told me that I should retake the test immediately. Okay, well, why was that? Well, at first, I was kind of confused as to why I was talking to my gynecologist about my SAT results. But I just told them what you told me. You know, I really crammed. I did a bunch of dry runs. And I think I'm positive. And then I remembered. My friends aren't just assholes. They're stupid assholes. But at least they learned their lesson. Unlike my dad. Family. I really love my family, except it's hard living with an addict. You know, about a year and a half ago, my dad got involved in something he really shouldn't have. At first, it was very innocent. He would just use it to alleviate stress and for the convenience, but then he spent more and more time on it, and it just consumed more and more of his life, and he would go into full days of stupors being on it. And that was fine, but then he tried to get my sister and I, his children, on it too. My dad is a Google Calendars addict. I see him walking around when the internet is down. Pale skin, complaining of withdrawal symptoms. Got any Wi-Fi? Join the calendar! And it invades all of the aspects of his life, and because he's my dad, it invades all the aspects of mine. And one day he comes to me, he says, "John, if you ever go on a date, you should put it in the Google Calendars." Okay, Dad, kind of unrealistic. But why would I do that? And my dad says, ouch. My dad says, "So we can all go to the restaurant with signs and wait outside and tell the girl to run." Now, I've had my fair share of romance. After all, I am the most impressive, attractive, and humble person I know.
You go, girl!
And I think a big part of my appeal is how mysterious I am. You know, sometimes you just look in the mirror at the dashing rogue that stares back, and I think, what goes on in that devilishly handsome head of yours? Funny thing is, I never know. You know, I'm standing there for 3 hours. I still don't know, until recently, until I had an epiphany. Let me set the scene for you, shall I? There I was at 2 a.m. in my Elmo underwear and Bert and Ernie socks, shotgunning Cheese Whiz straight out of the can. I looked at my reflection in the aluminum cheese dispenser and thought, maybe all of these issues are my fault. And since then, I've been a lot more self-aware. I've tried to work on myself a lot more. For example, now I only wear Power Rangers underwear, and I only drink whipped cream. So, I also learned something else at that point. You know, a lot of people say you don't need a relationship. Then again, those are the same people who are constantly doing disgusting PDA. And I have some friends who will remain unnamed.
God damn it, John!
Who are constantly making out. You know, full on, sucking each other's faces like they're taking rips from jewel pods. And we all have those friends. And they're always the ones who tell you that. But now it's coming from me. You don't need a relationship. All you need to do is love you like Kanye loves Kanye. And I can promise you it'll all work out fine. Maybe your friends won't listen to your advice. Maybe your dad's going to use an app to track all your family's movements. But at least you won't be awake in your underwear, drinking artificial cheese out of a can. Honestly. Whipped cream just isn't the same.
Yeah!
All right, John. Question it.
Hi.
Why don't you take a seat? I have a couple questions for you. It's more aggressive. So tell me, doctor, what did you find in your autopsy? Anything new?
Get this, okay?
Yeah.
He's Asian.
Ooh!
All right, buddy. Doctor philosophy. Anyway, so, you know, Dr. Ferrara, I was looking around your laboratory, and I noticed in the back there were some empty jugs of antifreeze. Do you know anything about those?
Well, I pour them on my body in the winter to stay warm.
You're dismissed. That seemed very suspicious.